All right, y'all. So we are back with a roast, I suppose, um, but not really. A bro sent me this that Sinverse has left the indie manga space, the online community. I had no idea because this guy is a freak of nature. What do I care, right? But for those who don't know, Sinverse is the Hunchback that made the infamous video where he was talking smack about me and it got 10,000 views, calling me a fraud and all that, that he's gonna beat me up and all that, right? It was the funniest thing ever, right? Because anyone with a brain really could see that, okay, this guy is legit insane. But anyway, he now took down that video. It's gone. And he took a bunch of other videos down as well. And his reasons for taking those videos down is because he now has found the light and he no longer wants to be associated with controversial discussions, topics, and situations, right? Now, most people indeed are going to say, well, that's a good move. You don't want to build your brand up based on controversy and so on. And yeah, I suppose you're right. But what I think is that Sinverse realizes that no one cared about his real work when he was riding the controversial wave. No one cared about his comics and what he had to offer, really, outside of his criticism of myself and other people, right? No one cared. Um, and there's a reason why no one cared, and there's a reason why people just cannot care. It's because, legitimately so, his work is terrible. It's absolutely terrible. You don't know if this thing is a manga, a comic, a web comic at all. You don't know, but he thinks it's one and the same thing, and that's the problem. So, this is exactly why I have done a thorough critical breakdown of his mental insanity and his work and his stance overall about comics and manga. And that is going to be posted on Patreon. So, y'all jump in there if you want to see that. A nice, proper breakdown. But this video here, we're just going to be laughing at this dude. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha, Sinverse, you are a failure. Ha ha ha, you have quit. Ha ha ha, bro. You are now withering away, unable to move forward because you could not get the support you were hoping for, right? It's why you came after me. It's why you had to do a bunch of other gimmicks as well that have not worked out for you. Nigga, come on, please. Did you really think anyone would want to read this piece of trash comic that you have created? You don't even know what you've created, bro. We look at it and we're confused. That's like, what platform does this belong to? Does it belong on Webtoons? Does it belong on Manga Plus Creators? Does it belong on Global Comics? Not to say Global Comics really knows what the hell it is offering to the public, because it's not offering anything to the general public. It's offering a major service to establishments. Like DC can host their digital works there now, and so on. So Global Comics doesn't know what the hell it's doing, really. But ultimately, you look at Sinverse's work, you have no idea who he's catering to. And he makes it clear in this video that he really does not care about anyone's opinion, right? If Akira Toriyama were to rise from the grave and come and, tell him that, dude, what you're doing just makes no sense, he wouldn't care, I suppose, because he's so far up his own ass, right? Or he's medically retarded. But I honestly think he's more medically retarded than up his own ass, bro. But anyway, I sat here and I wondered as to, so he's left the space to go where? To go where? See, here's the thing nobody has spoken about that I've noticed is that this entire indie space here is mostly harbored by the same groups of people, by the same number of people. We all, not me included, but most people here watch each other, right? They know of each other and so on. And it's like you can't break out of this space, right? This dungeon almost, right? In a way, the indie manga space is almost like its own dungeon, where it's always the same types of people watching you, right? If they hate you, they'll still watch you, as they, consistently keep doing here to me, right? They'll still watch you because they just love the idea. They love the idea of being in the indie community, working on your product, and maybe one day selling it, maybe building a tribe, building an audience. They love the idea of this thing, but they hate the commitment to actually doing it and making something of it. They're not interested in that. So they're interested in watching you try and definitely fail, right? There's a lot of people who are just pocket watching to see you fail, bro. So they can feel good about themselves. That's like, you see, this is why I never even bothered. I didn't bother because I knew this would happen. Nah, man. A lot of people in this space, y'all messing up because you're a bunch of sissy boys, right? You catering to mentally unstable, demented, twisted, broke, busted, and degenerate freaks of nature, and you think that a broke, busted, demented freak is actually going to be able to support you, right? These people cater to fellow mentally ill lunatics who escaped Arkham Asylum. Bro, look, if you're in an asylum, right, you can't hold down a job, let alone get a job, right? So you're gonna be broke. You're gonna be broke, and you're not gonna be able to support whoever you claim to support, right? And a lot of these people who virtue signal so much so are one of the most despicable human beings alive, right? They would write in the comments, and if you read the comments, man, people are in support of what he's saying here. And it's really crazy to me because it shows that a lot of these people, they don't want to correct their fellow man, right? They want to police you. There's a difference between correcting you and policing you. People want to police me based on my delivery, which is dumb. It's like, nigga, can you focus on my points, right? You never focus on the point. They never focus on the points, man. They want to focus on my delivery, bro, on my personality. There are people who hate me but know everything about me because you watch every video. You watched the video where I spoke about the witch doctor. You watched the video where I said my grandmother this, and that. You can type in other people's comment section about my life, showing how much you've watched me, right? Memorized everything about me. Still hate me, right? And wish to police me, right? Never arguing against my point, never saying anything about the fact that I finish my work and so on, right? And then when people like Sinverse come out here and pretty much admit, because this is an admission here, this is an admission that I didn't know what I was doing. I'm 28 years old and I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I was creating for. I don't know who I was selling to. I had the expectation that things should have been better. I was hoping for this, hoping for that. Having the mindset of a 14-year-old kid, basically, right? Having the hopium of a 14-year-old kid. What the hell did you expect? He never thought about any of these things. And so in the comments, no one is correcting him on this. No one is challenging his mindset. You see, we have a bunch of people who are incapable of challenging others' mindset. Instead, if they don't agree with your mindset, they want to demonize yours instead of challenging it. They are incapable of doing it because they are also flipping lunatics from Arkham. They are cognitively impaired, right? So you have a bunch of enablers in the indie space who allow people who are on the grind to make a fool of themselves, to work so hard, to burn themselves out, only to wonder what's happening. I have all these positive comments, but I am not receiving any tangible returns. right? What's going on? And of course, if anybody were to come with critical feedback, people like Sinverse would not receive the message because he only wants to hear what he wants to hear. He wants to hear you tell him how great he is, how wonderful he is, and so on. Right? He doesn't want to hear anything critical. And I know already people here just thinking about, yeah, but Coffee, you don't want to take criticism. You're not criticizing me. There's a difference. Criticizing, you show me what's wrong with something. You focus on the points I'm making, but you focus on my delivery. You focus on my personality. That's it. You're attacking the character instead of the message. That's being retarded, right? I can't take retarded people seriously. And above all else, most of these people who come against me, dude, you don't have any work, bro. You don't have a catalog, right? It took you 10 years to finish 2 chapters. Why would I listen to somebody like that? I'll only listen to somebody who works harder than me. You understand? Work harder than me and be a better illustrator than me, have more product than me, then definitely I will listen to you. Then I will listen to you. But if you ain't got no product, no direction, no foundation, why in the hell would I ever listen to you? Because you are the definition of a loser. Sinverse is definitely a legendary loser. He is a loser of biblical proportions. This is somebody who never knew or who never was conscious fully of what the hell he was doing or trying to do. You go to his channel and you try to figure out what does his brand represent? What does it stand for? What is he selling? You will struggle to find the answer to that, which shows he doesn't know what the hell he's doing, right? He can mention how he hates the fact that people lack consistency in the indie space and whatnot. He's one of them, jumping from this book to that book, never focusing on one book, right? Again, you look at his stuff, you don't know if it's a webtoons, bro. It's definitely not a manga. It uses manga character designs. And in the critical video I made about him that is going to be on Patreon, you know, he doesn't know the difference between a manga and an American comic book. He doesn't. And I show you properly why this is a mental illness, right? And people are in support of this. So it's sad to see that this space has a lot of wannabes, a lot of enablers, and a lot of haters, bro. Right? A lot of haters. They want to drag you down to the same basement level that they're at. They want to see you work hard and burn yourself out. And they'll feel good seeing you fall apart. People feel good watching this video of Sinverse right here, right? They feel good that, he failed, he gave up. You know, remember Tyler when he made his video saying that he's leaving the indie space, he also gives up. It's not making enough returns. And I'm like, man, didn't I tell this Hunchback that what he's doing isn't actual returns? He's not actually making a profit. And then 2 years later, he now admits it. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? These people are slow. They're slow and they are very dangerous because they want to police you, drag you down, and hate on you. You see, they can't hate on your argument because they can't argue against it. They're too stupid, right, to articulate their thoughts against an argument you make. They're too stupid for that. So the best thing they can do is call you names, right, or say your artwork sucks, right? Now, in Sinverse's case, his artwork is truly bad. It's lugubrious. It's really, really lugubrious, bro. Profoundly lugubrious. There's just no hope for it. Somebody like Sinverse is definitely someone who should quit. You should quit and stop playing house, bro. Stop playing pretend. You were never serious about this thing. And the mere fact that you run around and claim that you are serious, is a disgusting joke. It's a disgusting joke. This is somebody who does not want to learn. None of these people want to learn. You know how many people in this space there are who make how to draw videos but have never drawn their manga? What sense does that make? And then you're gonna see freaks of nature like Marshall type in the comments and said, "Oh, you did such a good job explaining how to do paneling," but he's never done a panel, right? That doesn't make any sense. These people are jacked in the head, completely jacked in the head. So it's nice to see when these haters are falling apart one by one like flies, right? They thought they would be the last man standing. They thought that they would amass a huge following or support. No, bro. No. You just validate people's hatred towards me or a few other things, and that's about it. No one is ever going to come to you because you have anything to say. You have nothing to say, Sinverse. You never have. You don't stand for anything. You're a bum, bro. Out here in this video talking about he's got to take care of his car, he's struggling, but no one cares, bro. Legit, no one cares. Now he's trying to earn your sympathy so you can go ahead and maybe send him $5 or feel sorry for him enough to go read his garbage comic book and give him some feedback. But then how can you give this type of person feedback when he only wants to hear positivity? He doesn't want to hear anything critical, anything helpful that would require him to start again, right? He out here also, these people cater to one another. They cater to fellow mentally ill losers, bro. Losers can't support you. They can't help you. They are in the same gutter as you are. Imagine you in a jail cell and you're catering to the inmate right next to you. What is he gonna do? What can he do? At that point, you're just entertaining him. You're just his clown. This is some clown shit, bro. Seriously. I'm really surprised that he took down the video. I mean, that video was the best video he ever made. He'll never make a better video than that. The one against me, people used him like a cheap prostitute for dopamine. Like, oh yeah, Sinverse, yeah, make me laugh. Yeah, man, I hate this nigga Coffee. Yeah, Sinverse, tell him. And then they left you behind. And then you never existed. Hey, Sinverse, man, go ahead and make a response video to this. You're the one, though, who says you're not about to do controversial stuff anymore. You're not interested in having a negative digital footprint and so on. That's pretty much you admitting that you can't handle the heat that might come against you, but mostly you can't handle the absence of support for using negativity as a stepping stone, right? You can't turn negativity into a positive like some of us can, right? You can't identify real negative things and try to find the positive or revamp things so it can be positive. You can't do that. You can't do that, man. So you are admitting that you're not talented. Basically, you're not talented, bro. In anything. Not talented in writing, in art. You're just a bum. Apex loser who belongs in prison or in the cotton field and nowhere else, right? You contribute nothing to society. Neither do your stories contribute anything to anyone's consciousness whatsoever. You're just a random guy on the internet who's creating random things but has the expectation to be supported, right? That is some ridiculous juvenile entitlement right there. And this is the majority of these people. So again, I'm gonna tell y'all one last time. If you're gonna keep playing nice, you're gonna keep offering mama's milk and cookies in each video because you're trying to emotionally cater to emotionally stunted man children, well, you're gonna get the same results. If I'm so bad, why is it that I have better results than all you people that are catering to these man children? Why? All you guys who want to focus on delivery, talk to me like you're my mother. I'm not your mother, bro. But the rest of you who do talk to these men like you are their mom, what is the return of investment for that? Nothing. Your fear to be assertive, right? To be real and genuine, it's holding you back. But perhaps, maybe you are incapable of being real and genuine because you don't have any life experience. Maybe you just grew up in the basement, in a bubble, right? You just absorbed the morals of people around you or absorbed the morals of popular trends and people you see on the internet. You've never had to sit there and put what you believe to the test. Never had to do that. And so when you have a bunch of randomness in you, you bring that randomness to the internet and you think people are going to support some incoherent random garbage that you are dishing out? Of course not. Guys, look at this. Look at this slideshow. It's abominable, bro. Pure abomination. The speech bubbles are terrible. Character designs awful. Everything. Look at that. Totally jacked, bro. And this guy, along with Pink Bird Studios, were out here telling me that I suck at drawing too. That's another thing. These people are so cognitively impaired that they can't see straight, bro. They honestly would tell off Kentaro Miura if he came from the dead and said, "You can't draw." If the creator of Vagabond came to Sinverse right now and he says, "Dude, this ain't it," he would tell him off and say, I don't care what you think, Mr. Inoue. I don't care. Because this is my comic book and I'm going to do with it what I want and I'm going to dish it out how I want. Okay, well, do you realize that there's a market and the market consumes a comic if it's formatted a certain way and executed a certain way? What you have here is something people are not accustomed to. And so they are not really going to want to try it out. No, I don't care about your opinion, Mr. Inoue. Okay. Then keep receiving the results that you've been getting thus far. I left the indie space to go where? Is it going to go work at the oil rig? This dude too lazy to go work at the oil rig. Is it going to go work at the gas station forever? It's fine, dude. Just be honest, right? If you people can't do this, be honest. Stop pretending that you have somewhere else better to go or that, you never were taking this seriously that much. Stop lying, bro. You were taking it seriously, but not seriously enough, right? Not seriously enough. You just expected things would be easy. You thought drawing pictures on the internet would be an easy pocket change for you, but that's not how it works. But anyway, the biggest lesson we can all learn here is that people like Sinverse who cater to the mentally ill are always going to remain where they are, nowhere, right? Nowhere, because the mentally ill will not correct Sinverse when he's doing some bullshit, right? They will support him for self-sabotaging himself. They will be dishonest and say, "I wish you nothing but the best." How is that a genuine thing, bro. That is not genuine at all. This wishful thinking needs to stop, right? Nah, bro, it's not completely your fault. Yada, yada, yada. It is your fault. It is your fault. This thing is not difficult. It's not difficult. Honestly, if I had more money, I'd be light years ahead right now, because it's all about the marketing game and following the MANAA ingredients. These people don't follow these ingredients. They don't. They just doing some random work and trying to sell to random people. It's nuts. They are nuts. So anyway, biggest lesson, don't cater to the mentally ill just because they will send you compliments. Don't cater to them, because that's how they support you. They support you by complimenting your delusions, right? If you don't want to be assertive and be real with people, maybe because you can't, because you know, bitch ass nigga type thing, fine. Stay where you are. But if you're gonna continue believing that what you've been doing works out for you, then continue to stay where you are. Continue to sit there and be miserable and sad and angry that you have not made a single return, that nothing has changed ever since you started this journey, and that you're still at stage one. And blame the universe that you're still at stage one. God hasn't blessed you yet. You know, the doors have not been opened yet. That is just self-sabotaging BS mindset. You just don't want to do the work. But it's fine, because it's less competition for the rest of us. And all the enablers in this community, they are bad for you, man. They're bad for you. You will remain stagnant and wonder what's going on. 6,000 comments where people say they love me, but I don't even have $6. Yeah, because you're catering to the wrong people. You need to cater to dudes who are actually rooted in real life, who have some control in their life, in pursuit of control in their life, or have control in their life. But if you cater to the mentally ill who are stuck in their mom's basement, they can't support you. And they will always enable your bad decisions. They will always pacify your shortcomings, that it's not that bad. You know, exactly how mama would. Oh, mama, I failed at that. It's okay, my son. Mama, I hurt my leg. It's okay, my son. Mama, I failed the test. It's okay, my son. Mama, I went to jail. It's okay, my son. This is the same thing. Guys, I'm leaving the Indian community. It's okay, my son. Guys, I hate the Indian community. It's okay, my son. Guys, I don't have to take things that serious and improve on my work. It's okay, my son. It's not okay. But y'all want to believe it's okay? Well, stay where you are and see if it works out for you. But Sinverse, you are a loser, a hunchback, degenerate freak who should quit. You should never draw again, bro. Like legit, never draw again. You don't belong here. You are a freak, loser, degenerate, apex retard, everything. You know, you just everything terrible. Your work can't save you. You tell people here that they should focus on the positive about your work. There's nothing positive about your work. We don't even know what your work is about. You can give us the synopsis, but it's still ass. We don't know the message. We don't know the point. We don't know the direction. We don't know the hopes and dreams of your characters. It's ass, bro. It's not relatable. It's ass, because it's all about the randomness. It's all about, I just want to get complimented. Okay. You definitely have more compliments than I do, right? Way more than I do. But guess what? You're still broke. You get no returns. You got no sales. You got no squad. You got no one's got your back. I got dudes who got my back, bro. Yeah, because I didn't focus on mentally ill people. So anyway, that's it for now. Y'all can go ahead on that Patreon to get the full video, not this one, but a separate one, where I break down this guy's insanity using another video that he uploaded. Until next time.